everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be reviewing new shades that ROM&ND came out for their Blur FUDGE Tint and GLASTING Melting Balm. There are two new shades for each collection that came out. For the GLASTING Melting Balms, they also have Kaya Fig, but it's actually already in the collection. This is in a collaboration with INAPSQUARE. So Kaya Fig is sort of in this black and white packaging. So for the GLASTING Melting Balms, we have shades 16 and 17, Kitten Peach and Berry and Black. For the Blur FUDGE Tint, we have 17 and 18, Peach Down and Bad Berry. In this video, I'm going to be doing lip swatches, but also a little bit of a lip comparison swatch, as well as some hand swatches to see what are some similar shades or compared to shades that are already in the collection. So you have an idea of how the shade looks like. Not sure if you saw the promotional pictures or the thumbnail, but there is a black color. So I'm pretty excited. Let's go ahead and start swatching. So starting off, I'm going to be reviewing the GLASTING Melting Balms first because they have less of a stain. This is in shade 16, Kitten Peach. It's supposed to be a soft peach color and it looks pretty similar to the promotional pictures. They have a little chart here to tell you how light and dark it is, and they don't say warm tone or cool tone. They use yellow and blue. It leans more towards being more of a yellow shade and light. By that, I'm assuming that it is warm toned. You sort of have a peachy pink color. It is going to look more like a MLB pink with slight peachy undertones. Super pretty and flattering. It's sort of a classic warm pink color if you are into that. It's not super bright or vibrant. It's sort of semi-mute. Very beautiful shade. I'm already obsessed with the gradients look, and it does apply quite sheer so you can build up the color. We'll do some comparison swatches later, but it is quite different from the previous shades, which have a little bit more yellow or orange or red. For this one, it does have more pink in it. Now for the full look, we have a more pigmented pink shade. The more that you apply, the more pink it's going to look. For the full look, it has very subtle peachy undertones. Very beautiful, and again, very MLBB. Really flattering from my natural beige skin tone, definitely around my palette. The formula also feels pretty much the same. It has a very beautiful glistening gloss finish. It gives a very beautiful juicy pout, and it's very moisturizing. It's not waxy. It's a little bit semi-sticky because of how thick it is, but however, if it does get stringy similar to previous shades, just blot it and you should be okay. The scent is also quite similar as well, sort of a sweet scent. Very classic pink color, however I do like it in this formula. As you know, this lip product doesn't have much of a stain, but let's go ahead with the transfer test anyway. And you'll see that there's not much of a stain. It did transfer quite a bit. So here's a hand comparison with previous shades from this collection. At the bottom is Kitten Peach and then Kaya Fig and Dare Apple. You can see the Kaya Fig and Dare Apple a lot more bright and vibrant. They do look a little bit more rosy. On this side I have Coralie and Sorbet Balm. Coralie is a lot more bright and vibrant. It does have more of an orange peach color. For Kitten Peach, it's a lot more mute. It doesn't have that orange. And you can see Sorbet Balm is a lot more orange. So you kind of have an idea of how Kitten Peach looks next to previous shades. It's a lot more mute and it's not as vibrant. So here's a hand swatch with shades that look more similar to Kitten Peach. You have it at the bottom and then Peach Down, Poksunga Jolly, and then an ounce beige. You can sort of see the similar range that they have, sort of this peachy pink color. Next up, we have shade number 17, Berry and Black. This is described as being a sheer berry pink color. And on the chart, it's a cool light shade. You can see here for the lip shade and on the hand swatch, it definitely did look more like a black shade. But once you apply it on your lips, you sort of have this plum purple shade, a very grape-like color. I was expecting it to be a little bit more black and mute. However, it is quite flattering, a little bit in the range of being a beer vine, beer fig type of color. Although it's going to be similar to the previous shade that ROM&ND also came out, Black Sapphire, which is very similar to Black Honey. So I will be swatching them later in this video. However, I think this is a little bit too purple, but we'll have to see for the full look. Because the product is black, but once you apply on your lips, it looks a little bit more purple. So I wonder if this is going to look different on other people because of oxidizing once it oxidizes, but this product doesn't really oxidize that much, so probably not, but this is quite fun to apply. So now we have the full look. You have a more pigmented violet purple color, sort of a vibrant violet purple color. I was kind of expecting it to look more black the more they apply. So their black in this is quite subtle. It's going to look more like a purple. It's slightly a little bit too purple for me, but this will look really good for anyone who's cool tone or likes purple shades. Okay, so I actually went ahead and applied a lot more layers. You sort of see a purple black color, and the more that you apply, the more black you can see. However, you do need very thick layer. You do have to blot off some excess product. Once it settles on the lips, it's still going to give you a violet purple color. It's just a little bit more mute. So this is the stain that it leaves. It's very pigmented. So here's a comparison with Mauve from this collection. Berry and Black is a lot more mute. It's more of a pale purple color. Mauve looks a little bit more bright and vibrant. So you can see quite a big difference for Mauve and Berry and Black. Mauve is a lot more bright and vibrant. For Berry and Black, it's more mute. It looks more like a mute purple. Berry and Black is at the bottom, Black Sapphire, and then Black Honey. Berry and Black is a lot more dark. It's a lot more black, but on the lips, it oxidizes very differently. Black Sapphire has a little bit more of a purple color to it, and Black Honey is the gradient of that. Berry and Black looks really pretty on the hand swatch, but on the lips, it just transfers a little bit differently. All right, last swatch for Berry and Black, but at the top we have Bad Berry. I think it looks closer to Bad Berry. So this is Bad Berry, and this is the stain for Berry and Black. Moving on to the matte finish, we have the Blur Fudge Tint. This is in shade 17 Peach Jam. This is described as being a soft peach color. As I mentioned earlier, this could be the matte version of Kitten Peach, and it seems that it is really similar in that it's sort of this MLBB pink color with slight peachy undertones. And again, it is going to look more like a pink color. From a natural beige skin tone, it's not too light. It doesn't make me look pale. It's sort of a semi-mute color. This would be really good to use by itself, but also as a base color if you want a darker color in the inner corner of your lips. Compared to the promotional pictures, it doesn't have much of a peachy undertone. It looks more like a pink color. Very beautiful and flattering shade. Quite a distinct shade from previous shades from this collection. Definitely need a classic shade like this in every collection, especially for this formula, because it's amazing. It's mask proof, it's transfer proof, it's very long lasting, has a really good stain, very moisturizing, a little bit thick. However, it does have a very nice blurring effect, which means it covers the wrinkles of your lips pretty well to give you a very nice blurred like cloud-like finish on your lips. And it's really easy to blur. As you know, for this formula, it does take about 10 minutes for it to become mask proof. A very beautiful and flattering shade for the full look as well. You sort of have a more pigmented and more baby pink color. Definitely looks like the matte version of Kitten Peach. It's semi-mute, so it doesn't make me look too pale. I can already tell this is going to be one of my new favorite shades for the Blur Fudge Tint. Finish also looks really beautiful and seamless with this shade color. Adds a very beautiful cloud-like finish. It just blurs out the wrinkles of your lips to create a very matte finish. I didn't wait 10 minutes, but I'm gonna go with the transfer test. So although I didn't wait 10 minutes, you can see it did transfer just a little bit, and the stain is very, very pigmented. Here's a hand comparison. We have Peach Jam at the bottom, Rose Latte, Pomoloco, and the Midnight Mauve. I'd say they have a really similar muteness. Midnight Mauve and Pomoloco does look a little bit more orange. They have like a salmon undertone. For Rose Latte and Peach Jam, they look more similar to each other. Next up, this is shade 18 Bad Berry, and it's described as being a daily cool berry shade. It's kind of giving a mixture of Cool Rose Up and Mauvish from this collection. So I have this mauvey purple shade. I'm gonna do some comparison swatches later too. For the glossy finish, Berry and Black was a little bit too purple for me, but for a matte finish, this purple looks amazing. If I layer Bad Berry with Berry and Black just slightly, I think it would also look very flattering, but I do prefer the matte version for this shade. This purple looks the most similar to their promotional pictures, at least for the gradients look. More pigmented mauvey purple shade. I was hoping it would get more mute or darker the more layers that I apply, but it just gets a little bit more purple. Compared to the promotional pictures for the full look, it's not as dark or mute. It's a lot more vibrant, and it looks more like the gradients look, but just do a full lip of that. There's a hand swatch with Bad Berry at the bottom, Cool Rose Up and then Mauvish. I'd say Badberry is a mixture of Cool Rose Up and Mauvish. It's got that purple shade but a little bit bright. Okay, so I went ahead and did my intro and outro video. On my lips I have Mauvish, and then I applied Berry in Black on top as a glossy finish. Kind of applied it more on my cupid's bow and on my bottom lip. I think that for the Glasting Melting Balms, I really like Kitten Peach. The shade color is super pretty and flattering, good to wear by itself, good to layer. For Berry in Black, I'm not really a big fan of it by itself, so I do prefer to layer it. I was very impressed that Berry in Black had a really good stain, so definitely do keep that in mind. For the Blair Fudge Tint, a very impressive shade for Peach Down as well. Very Emma BB. I definitely see myself wearing this a lot as a base color and as a full look for this season and throughout the year as well. For Badberry, it's a mixture of Cool Rose Up and Mauvish. So if you already have those two colors, just mix it and you should get something similar to Badberry. For today's pick, I have two. You already probably guessed it, but it's Kitten Peach and Peach Down. Very, very beautiful shades. I've been wanting some kind of color like this for these two formulas. So I changed my lips again with Peach Down as a base color and then Kitten Peach just to add a little bit of gloss. Berry in Black kind of lost its black color after it settled a bit on the lips. Overall, really good and flattering shades. Packaging looks amazing as well. But anyway, that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.